Good evening. The time is now 7 p.m. I'd like to call this Board of Selectmen meeting to order for December 26, 2023, and ask you to please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, and roll call.
Art Gagnon.
Kevin Cunningham.
Peggy Lori.
Item C is to approve the meeting minutes from the Board of Selectmen meeting from December 11th.
I make a motion we approve the meetings from December 11th.
Second.
Peg as motion, Art second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Item D, which is public comment. None for now? Okay, thank you. Item E, old business. We have to discuss approve the meeting minutes that were amended from the Board of Selectmen meeting from 11/27/23.
I noticed one other correction on item 6.
Yep.
Name Sussman, Shapiro Sussman, is spelled S-U-I-S-M-A-N. Both in what you stated and the motion. It's spelled wrong.
Yeah. So you're going to replace the S with an I?
It's S-U-I-S-M-A-N.
Okay, so insert
No
that.
H's at all.
Okay.
Did you get that, Chris? S-U-I-S-M-A-N. I'll make a motion to approve the meeting minutes for 11/27/23 with the corrections on item 4 and 6.
And I'll second it.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Item F, new business. Consider an act on tax refunds as requested by the tax collector totaling $98.11. Edward J. Carvillo, $98.11.
Make a motion to approve the refund for $98.11.
And I'll second it.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Item 2, if you take a look on the list there, it says discuss and act on setting dates for a public hearing for a charter revision of General Statute 7-191. It's an action item. All right. So the initial commission has completed its initial findings, and they passed this over to the town clerk. So if you take a look under item 5, I think it's item 5, Connecticut General Statutes 7-191, appointing authority must hold one public hearing within 45 days after receiving the report, or if they wish. So, we did that report to them a week ago?
It was recorded on the 14th.
Yep. A little over, okay. So we have 45 days from then to come up with a date that we can consider a public hearing.
28 January 24, within 45 days.
What day is it?
That's a Sunday, so we can do this.
No,
If you want to do it on Sunday, that's okay.
No, I'm good with that.
Okay. But we would have to do this no later than that date. We do have a selectmen meeting on January 8th, and I believe another one on the 22nd. Do it any day you want, doesn't matter.
Either one of those are fine with me.
Or other dates, it doesn't matter. Someone want to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to set a public hearing for the charter revision for January 8th, 6:30. 6:30 at Town Hall.
I'll second that.
January 8th, 6:30, Town Hall. Megan seconded. Any other discussion? Although I want to thank the commission because they did a great job of putting those questions or concerns together, formulating that, and we'll do the best we can with our public hearing. Hopefully we'll get more people. We'll see. With that, we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any abstention? Okay. Item 3, I put it on the list. It says discuss salt bid for 23-24. Just wanted to let you know that normally for the salt, we go out to a state bid. I just wanted to at least mention it though, so you understood what the process is. If you take a look at the, you have a copy of it. We have in here, the package should be procurement policy. Yep. So if it's a state bid, you don't have to go out and get multiple bids because it is a state bid. It's on page 3 of that. State bid list. Item on the state bid list shall not require further bidding. A copy of the state bid list price shall be attached to the purchase order. So they have already gone through with the company, which is Morton Salt, for a state bid, and they have a bid price of $74.30 a ton. And so they ordered today 75 ton. So that's, no action is needed on that one. Just wanted to let you know that's the process. Item number 4, which is discuss and act on a resolution for SIF funding, and I apologize you did receive tonight part of that idea of what the SIF funding is for. I can give you the general understanding of what it really is. You apply for these grants for different reasons. This one in particular is, one of the pages that says it was due on Friday, December 15th. We'd already applied, but we have to come back to this board because this board has to approve the resolution if you so desire. The idea is that town of Plainfield has multiple properties through the recreation department, and the most important part about anything that we do is planning. So if we can plan out what we'd like to do with the different buildings and properties so that we have a better, clear path when it comes to a 5-year capital or what the recreation department will be doing, that's why we put these things together. So there was an idea of putting together the application for SIF, this Community Investment Fund. It will bring forth more ideas of what to do and how to maintain properly all of the properties that we have and where they're located and what things that might be able to be improved upon. So, like to give you an example, I think we see there's a letter there from a state rep that's attached to that. It gives you an idea that they're looking at this as, by the way, it's 90,000 on 100. The idea would be to put together different ideas of what you can do for recreation, whether it be at the Little League field, whether it be at the Bramps Field, the new properties which we're now working on, which is the open space fund on Cape Tonic Road, whether it's all of those items that you think of, what we can do to better utilize this.
So this grant is a grant to study that?
To study the plan.
To study the,
Yep.
To create a plan and to study it?
Yep. And that way it gives us a better guideline for what we can do.
And what's the timeline on the grant?
This is a quick turnaround. I think
Okay.
this is early March. It's $250,000 for the whole grant, of which we are funding, we would be funding, I think it is 73% of it. By that is, if you take a look at this town charter says we have, if you look, we put forward 10% coming out of the general fund. We're not going to have that at all. We don't need to because $75,000 currently is in your budget for the planning. It was already approved in the budget from last year, $75,000. Plus there's $15,000 which is coming from, which is being applied for the company that we're working with to write the grant. Hype is the name of the company. And they're helping us to administer our grants, to write grants for us, keep track of all the paperwork with the state of Connecticut. So those $15,000 goes towards that. We did hire them in lieu of the fact that we don't have a grant writer to administer anything. We have to keep going with paperwork, otherwise you lose those grants.
Absolutely. Do we have a plan to hire one?
We have two things. One is this company will be continuing to want to keep going forward with the grants. And as a matter of fact, we have an interview tomorrow for someone for the position. So that's where we stand right now with it. There's some detail, but not a lot in here. But basically, it's just talking about facilitating what we could utilize the funding for. And just to give a further detail of it, if you're thinking about where we're looking to put up a pavilion over where the old annex was, there would be somebody monitoring that for scheduling it, and we can make money off of whether it be a music festival, a food festival, wedding, whatever it might be, they schedule and they take funding in for that too. So those are the things that we're thinking about doing, but we want to make sure that we're doing it right. So that's why we're working with the state of Connecticut for a set application for $250,000. There are, off the top of my head, there's probably 8 or 9 grants that we are working on and administering right now. Annex was one of them. This would be another. We have a steep grant for the first phase of Lions Park. We have grants for sidewalks in Shepherd Hill, a grant for sidewalk over in front of where Lakewood Road is. There's a multitude of grants, and there's still more wanting to come because you're looking at the police asking for grant applications for different things as well, and that's why it's really good.
So we apply for grants, and then who's in charge of making sure they're applying correctly to make sure they're following?
That's IT. That's
IT make sure that as well?
Yep.
All right.
So they're guiding us here on this one, and really the only final piece that we need to do is authorize a resolution for the Board of Selectmen for tonight's meeting. So it would be a resolution authorizing the submission of a Connecticut Investment Fund grant application to the Connecticut Department of Economic and Community Development and the undertaking of the grant funding project. You see all where is it, whereas, and where is it, but basically the final one is whereas it's desirable and in the public interest of the town of Plainfield to make application to the state for $250,000, representing approximately 73% of contribution to an overall project of $340,000. Important thing I think of this particular grant or moving forward on planning is really that you want to make sure that you are going down the right path, and the grant itself will help us to do that because we can actually put together what plans are for the future. And so that's why I would
This will put down a plan for each one of our projects.
well, each one of the properties and what
Right.
project might be on. Right now, there's nothing else that we have scheduled for the Little League field. But obviously, the other area that is mentioned, there's a lot of work for us to do. Any questions? Entertain a motion at this time?
I'll make a motion to approve the resolution for the CIF funding in the amount of $250,000.
And I'll second it.
Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
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 Thank you very much for that. Don't think we have anything else in there. Check. Entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Pardon? Okay. Thank you. We're now adjourned. Water Pollution Control Authority. All right. Let's call this meeting to order for the Water Pollution Control Authority, December 26, 2023. Roll call.
Art Gagnon.
Kevin Cunningham.
Peggy Laurie.
And item C, to approve the minutes of the special WPCA meeting on November 13th.
Make a motion to approve the meeting minutes for November 13th,
And I'll abstain.
2023.
All right, motion, I'll second, and all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, and Peggy abstain.
State that wasn't.
Thank you. Public comment. Hearing none, there is no old business. Going to item F. F1, new business, discuss and act on WPCA appropriations of purchase of a heating system. So what you have in your grouping here is controlled air. This is one of those things where it's a system that they work on already, so that this is what they're putting out for bid. There's nobody else who wanted to put anything out for it. So controlled air, we talked about.
What is sludge handling building heating? Like, it's, how's he gonna, that doesn't heat the sludge?
No, no. Peg, if you'd like, I can give you a tour of the UTC
That would
building.
be nice, thank
Yep.
you.
All right.
No, they offered me that. That's really good.
No, I would like to, yes. Absolutely.
Yep.
All right, is, you not coming with us?
It's an interesting tour.
I can. I've been on it.
All right.
So is this the item that has to go out to bid?
And this is the only company that was willing to,
There's two.
well, CH. Okay, controlled air.
This is for what? These are hot water boilers.
This is a different, in other words,
Yeah.
they asked for heating, and then we had two different items on it. One was something that's already been worked on before, but it was the same company. One was totally different. I mean, there's a big difference in cost, obviously. Almost $12,315 for the work that they would be doing from controlled air.
30,000.
So a different type.
Have you spoken to Stephanie about
Yes.
this? Because I spoke to her last week about this. She thought, because the proposals came over 10,000,
Mhm.
that they had to bid. This was on the agenda too.
Yep.
They didn't anticipate.
So
That's what I was asking.
as the two, I would just ask if you would consider going to a bid. I'll get the same numbers, I agree.
Oh, no, if we're going to get the same ones back,
Motion to go to bid?
do we have to? I don't, that's what I'm asking.
Yeah, it's required that you go out to bid.
Okay. This other one could come, these are proposals, right?
Yep.
I think
And we
should
try to do a cursory, well, how much did we put it down? And then this is the two plans we have.
Mhm.
So if we put it out to bid because it's over $10,000, it would just take a few weeks for it to process.
We should check that out.
Right.
Motion,
That's the, I'll make a motion to put it up
No, second.
to bid.
Both of them? All right.
no, it's just the one.
Item one.
Okay.
Art made a motion to go out to bid. Thank you, seconded. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We'll try to be very specific with what we're looking for in the bid process too. All right, item 2, discuss and act on a bid for the North Plant Generator replacement. This is a generator. We had a bid. These are the numbers that came back. You see on page 1 of your sheets. The low bidder was RC Electric, LLC, for $280,080. And then we asked for a recommendation. That's why that follow-up paperwork I gave you.
Plus on the-
Yep, if you take a look, there is that section that was new to your packet. It's actually almost a duplication of the other packet. Plus and O'Neill, we asked them for recommendation. They're the group that we work with on our regular basis, our sewer department. They're the engineering company of choice. So they've submitted their request. They, there was one deficiency, but we don't have a problem with fixing that issue. We noticed that there was one discrepancy, and that is an unprovided bank account. That's in line, so we can get that right away. So, with that,
It does look like they got it, though.
yeah, absolutely. So if you take a look at the second page towards the bottom, based on the bid evaluation and reference checks summarized herein, we believe RNC LLC is the lowest responsive and responsible bidder. So in our engineering opinion, we recommend the town of Plainfield award the North Plant Generator Replacement Project and Generator Maintenance Contract to RNC Electric LLC with a base bid of $283,750. There was some.
That has the maintenance service for 2 years.
Which-
So they recommended to add that to
Yep.
the price. That's all that was.
So
So if you make the motion, it has to be with that,
it has the correct amount.
Make a motion to approve the bid for the north plant generator replacement in the amount of $283,750 to R&C Electric LLC.
I'll second it.
motion by Art. Second by Frank. All in favor, say aye.
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 Item number 3, discuss an act on purchase of sewer grinders for sole source vendor. Now, this is the only time you're going to see some things like this where this particular device only has one company that makes the services. If anybody wants to say the alternate name of it, that's fine.
You don't like that.
Anybody wants to jump at that?
The Muffin Monsters?
Exactly.
I like the name.
Yep. So they need to replace, so because they're the sole source company for this, we would have to approve, and it says the cost for a new core, fully assembled, 1-year warranty, attached to the sole source letter stating we cannot get this equipment anywhere else. And so the total for the 2 new cores would be $23,684.
And this is coming out of her budget?
Yeah, she has enough money for that.
Okay. I'll make a motion to approve $23,684 for the purchase of 2 sewer grinders from the sole source vendor.
JWC Environmental.
And I'll second that.
Smart name.
It's up at the top of this page. So we do have a motion for purchase of $23,684 of equipment and install from JWC Environmental. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
The motion carries. Any other items for discussion? Hearing none, all in favor to adjourn, say aye. Oops, sorry.
I make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Give the time. 7:22.